She's back, and she's completely unhinged. The woman who branded half of America as deplorables has crawled out of her hole with a vengeance. And her latest media appearance is a masterclass in bitterness and projection. Hillary Clinton on the warpath against vaccine skeptics, climate realists, and Christians. Yes, you heard that right, Christians. In jaw-dropping statements, you're going to see she revealed exactly what the elite think of everyday Americans. From mocking parents worried about vaccine safety to claiming white Christian men are destroying the world, Hillary's mask has completely slipped. But the most revealing part, her sarcastic fantasy about silencing critics with government power. The failed candidate who can't accept that she lost is showing us exactly what we dodged in 2016. You don't want to miss this. But first, let me ask you, if you've built up to $100,000 or more in investments, do you really want it all riding on the stock market? Think about it. Banks, billionaires, even entire countries loading up on physical gold and silver. Why? Because when markets swing, real assets hold their value. That's what I want to tell you about Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple to own investment-grade gold and silver, the same kind the big players are buying. And you can actually hold it in your hand or put it safely in your retirement account. You've worked hard to build your wealth. Isn't it time you protected it? Noble Gold is family-owned, trusted by thousands, and ranked #1 in gold IRAs 4 years in a row. The precious metal specialists are standing by to answer your questions and walk you through every step. Simple, safe, easy. Visit nextnewsgold.com today. That's nextnewsgold.com. It's time to protect what you've built. 877-646-5347. That's the number on the screen. You call them, tell them Gary Franchi sent you. And we just did an interview with Colin Plume, who is the head of Noble Gold Investments. What he revealed regarding Saudi Arabia and Russia, what they're doing now, will blow your mind. It's on the channel. You need to check it out. Now, Hillary Clinton. You can't make this up. Johnny MAGA writes, Hillary Clinton says, most of the violent political rhetoric in this country is coming from the right. See, this is textbook gaslighting. She's on MSNBC, her safe place.
We have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view. Writing out slavery from history, that doesn't make it go away. We have got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating. We have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now,
okay, how many times have we played that video, that montage of all these leftist pundits, politicians, media, all saying, just spewing violent rhetoric? We got to push back on them, right? Remember that? Come on. And she's saying it's coming from the right. This is textbook gaslighting. Hillary Clinton immediately starts attacking Republicans after telling everyone to stop demonizing each other. Daily Caller. That's the Daily Caller headline. How crazy is that? Hillary Clinton immediately starts attacking Republicans after telling everyone to stop demonizing each other. God bless the Daily Caller, man. Leave it to Hillary Clinton to defend drug dealers of the cartel. She's not afraid to stand with evil, and this bloody, disgusting murders past and present should tell you a lot about who she is and what she represents. Pure evil to the core. Let's keep going here. Hillary Clinton. Trump's attack on free speech is very dangerous. Silence your opponents. It's right out of the authoritarian playbook. Also, Hillary Clinton, we should criminally charge people for speech I don't like. Okay, so on the left is her recent appearance on MSNBC, and on the right is a previous appearance, I'm assuming perhaps CNN or MSNBC. Let's watch these two back to back.
And
this is Western Lensman.
I view it
who put this clip together.
I view it as very dangerous. It is right out of the authoritarian playbook, Willie. I mean, this is this is point 4 of the authoritarian playbook. Silence your opponents. Cripple the media that doesn't give you the slavish attention and agreement that you desire. Use the power of the government to go after corporations and individuals. But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. and whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrence, because I view it as very dangerous. It is
who's authoritarian now, right? Yeah. I mean, look at this.
All over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost.
Yeah, I mean, that's the montage we play all the time whenever these folks come out of the woodwork and try to say it's the right. Here we have Hillary Clinton blasting the Trump administration for not giving due process to narco-terrorists shipping drugs into the United States. They're in international waters. What do you want us to do? Storm the boat? Bring them to Miami? Hold a trial? I think Donald Trump has other plans. Yeah. He takes those boats out before they ever touch soil. United States soil.
They don't have to. Look at what they're doing in the Caribbean. Shooting boats. Boats with 7, 10 people in them. These are not, destroyers. These are not frigates. These are little motorboats. These are, boats in the Caribbean. They're shooting them out of the water. No due process. No real definition of why, other than they must be drug runners. They don't know that. And besides, given
they don't know that, they track them from when they load the drugs on the boat. They monitor them with drones, and they know what's on those boats. This woman is crazy. Like I said, what do you want us to do? Drag him ashore and hold court? Give me a frickin' break, Hillary.
These are little motorboats. These are, boats in the Caribbean. They're shooting them out of the water. No due process. No real definition of why, other than they must be drug runners. They don't know that. And besides, given the power of the United States Navy, they could pull them over. They could find out if there's something in there. They don't have to kill those people. The former president of the Philippines, Duarte, is in.
We're just going to pull him over. Hey, guys, what are you hauling there? Oh, it's just flour. We're bringing flour from Venezuela. All right, guys. Smooth sailing. What is she delusional? What's on those boats is intended for the United States, for the drug market. And it's killing Americans by the hundreds of thousands. She's taking the side of narco-terrorists. Wow, President Trump getting Hillary Clinton to side with narco-terrorists. Oh, boy.
Pull them over. They could find out if there's something in there. They don't have to kill those people. The former president of the Philippines, Duarte, is in the International Court of Justice right now because he did that in the Philippines. He went around and he goes, this guy looks like a drug dealer. Kill him. He had gangs of government-sanctioned killers killing people he determined were drug users or drug dealers. Look at what they're doing in the Caribbean. Shooting boats.
Man, this is so funny. This is so funny. Hillary Clinton, man. I really appreciate that she came back out. We needed some good content. We needed some comedy. Hillary Clinton says, white Christians are the greatest danger to civilization. Wow. White Christians built this nation, lady.
Not as they should. And I am proud of the fact that we have always been a work in progress. We haven't gotten to the more perfect union, and we fought a civil war over part of it. Mm-hmm. And people have been protesting, for hundreds of years that, things were not as they should be, given our ideals and how we should be moving toward them. So I think that's what makes us so special as a country. And the idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology. It's just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for. And we were on the path toward that. I mean, imperfectly, lots of, bumps along the way. Recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology. It's just doing such damage to...
Wow. I can't even process this rhetoric. This is so crazy. It's just so crazy that she's talking like this.
What we should be aiming for. And we were on the path toward that. I mean, imperfectly, lots of, bumps along the way, but I agree with you. We were on the right trajectory. And
we're on the right trajectory. Oh, speaking of lunatics, we've got Jasmine Crockett attacking Republicans for calling out liberal violence.
Cannot be violent. They try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? All of them. You got the Proud Boys. You got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing.
Well, thankfully, President Trump designated Antifa as domestic terrorists about 48 hours ago. Crazy lady.
Engaging in domestic terrorism. And guess what? They all align with your side.
Yep.
Including the KKK. So, I mean, this
And just a quick refresher from history, the KKK were Democrats.
This is who aligns with that. So, inherently, in, who you are, y'all are violent. Y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin. But nevertheless, y'all are a violent group of people. You attract violent actors. And, I'm sorry, I know they tried to make Black Lives Matter out to be the most violent. What about Black Lives Matter? No. So that's the thing. They try to pretend.
Oh, my Lord. Mostly peaceful protests. Remember those? These people are just gaslighting all day long. Oh, here's Hillary Clinton. This is rich. Hillary Clinton says, I'm making sure. I'll let you hear. You just got to hear this.
Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton, and I'm a dandelion. And that means that I am all in on making sure that we tell the story of climate change and what it's going to do to our lives if we don't act now. Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton, and I'm a dandelion.
What happens if we don't act now? What happens? Nothing. Because it's a freaking hoax. Oh, boy. Here we go. Hillary Clinton talking about Kennedy. Remember the bombshell this week? RFK Jr. coming out with Donald Trump talking about Tylenol, talking about vaccines, talking about autism. Of course, Hillary's going to weigh in on this. Oh, boy.
The deaths from me. When I hear people Kennedy and others talking about, getting back to a time when we aren't vaccinating, we're drinking raw milk. Yeah, and people didn't live.
Right.
I mean, this is so crazy. It's so wrong-headed. It's so short-sighted, and it's going to cause deaths. We just saw 2 children.
Wait, what?
You said people are gonna die?
That's what she said, Jar Jar. She said people are gonna die. She said it.
So wrong-headed, it's so short-sighted, and it's going to cause deaths. We just saw 2 children die from whooping cough. We saw the deaths from measles. I think we have to test science. We have to do,
You know what, dude? Okay, Hillary, all they said was, you're talking about whooping cough? The whooping cough vaccine? All they said was just spread it out. He didn't say don't go ahead and get it. He just said, you know what? Don't do it all at the same time. Go ahead. Get your vaccine if that's what you want to do. You are free. Your body, your choice. Remember? He just questioned it all being slammed into that baby at one specific setting. So I don't know the circumstances about these children who are dying of these 2 children she mentions about the whooping cough here. But, of course, she's trying to connect it to, like, some sort of vaccine hesitancy. And trying to, point it back to RFK Jr. somehow.
That's from measles. I think we have to test science. We have to do, all kinds of trials. We have to hold our pharmaceutical companies to a high standard, all of which we have done starting in the 20th century, moving into this century. And these guys want to literally turn the clock back. And, no,
they don't. They just want to make sure things are safe. Okay? That's all. They want to make sure it's safe, and they want to make sure it's real science, not fake science that you guys push on us during COVID.
I see what is likely to happen because people are being confused.
Right.
When your president says something, when a Kennedy, who's the secretary of HHS, says something, what are you supposed to believe?
Right.
When you fire experts who've spent their entire life studying something that I want to know about, I have 3 grandchildren, I want to make sure they're healthy. People are confused, and too many Americans are listening to this, very destructive anti-science tirade that we're hearing from this administration. And
too many Americans are listening. That's what we need. We need every American listening. We need every American having the courage to ask questions and challenge the orthodoxy. That's what we need. President Trump providing that with RFK Jr. in an official administrative capacity.
Listening to this, very destructive anti-science tirade that we're hearing from this administration. And it's going to cost lives. It already is costing lives.
Die?
Another dimension.
Yes, Jar Jar. She keeps saying it. I know. I'm sorry. We'll get through this, Jar Jar. Don't worry. Okay. Failed presidential candidate. No, we did that clip. White Christian men. We did that. Okay, she's also weighing in on the FCC chair, apparently with the whole Kimmel scandal.
Of the United. I'm curious, though, what you think of the bigger picture of what's happening around free speech, whether it's the message we hear from Attorney General Pam Bondi or the head of the FCC, the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, about going after explicitly people they view as political enemies or opponents and silencing those voices. How dangerous do you view that moment to be?
I can tell you how dangerous it is. I mean, how many times do we have to battle against being silenced? How many YouTube creators, people on social media getting silenced, getting fact-checked, getting slapped, deleted, terminated, struck, right? For what? For speaking, free speech? That's dangerous. Let's see what she has to say.
It's very dangerous. It is right out of the authoritarian playbook, Willie. I mean,
but you're the one that called for it. You, Adam Schiff, all of your scumbags, y'all did it.
This is, this is point 4 of the authoritarian playbook. Silence your opponents. Cripple the media that doesn't give you the slavish attention and agreement that you desire. Use the power of the government to go after corporations and individuals. I thought,
that's exactly what YouTube just admitted during the Biden administration. Using the government to go after corporations to silence American voices. That's what YouTube just came forward and said happened. This is insane.
Kimmel did an excellent job last night in, being very emotional, actually, about that moment for him and how he felt misunderstood. And he certainly didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But on the other hand, standing up for free speech. I've said a million times, I mean, good Lord, the things.
Yeah, but Kimmel lied. Kimmel, that wasn't a joke. It wasn't some kind of comedic monologue. It was a straight up lie designed to misinform the American people and just further along a narrative that further dehumanizes Trump supporters.
Have been said about me, the lies that have been propagated. If I had only known, I could call up the FCC chair and say, take this person off the air. Get that
I'm sure you've made other phone calls to take people other places, right? What about that list?
Person out of my sight, off with his head. Yeah. I'm just looking at Joe.
What?
Yeah,
I've done nothing.
No, and say, take this person off the air. Get that person out of my sight, off with his head. Yeah. I'm just looking.
Oh, God. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, this is so funny. Off with his head. Whatever happened to Vince Foster?
Joe.
What?
Yeah.
I've done nothing but be kind to you.
Well, once you saw the light, I mean, it was sort of an epiphany.
Why don't you admit it? We were the only ones at this network in 2000. Yeah. Well,
no, but you know, you have to laugh about it so you don't cry, because what is happening is so contrary to the founding principles and values this country was built on. Yeah. Why is the First Amendment the First Amendment?
Right.
You know, it's because the people who constructed the, architecture of this incredible country of ours understood what it was like to live under absolute power, where you would be told what to say, what not to say, don't insult the king, don't, do anything that will displease the king. And we've got to stand against that. And I appreciated Jimmy Kimmel calling out some of the Republicans, frankly.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. Hillary Clinton climbing out of her hole, and we are calling her out for all of her lies, every single one of them. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So Hillary Clinton telling us to stop demonizing each other is like an arsonist lecturing about fire safety. The same woman who called us deplorables, who sneered at working Americans, who built her entire career on division, she's now attacking Christians as world destroyers while pushing climate panic and pharmaceutical loyalty. But here's what's most revealing. When discussing media criticism, she sarcastically said, if she'd known she could control the FCC like she believes Trump did, she would have ordered, take this person off the air, off with their head. She actually thinks that's how government works, that Trump controlled media censorship. Trump didn't order Kimmel off the air. All right? ABC made that decision. So this delusion reveals how the elite actually think. She fantasizes about wielding censorship power she imagines Trump had while lecturing us about democracy. She attacks our faith while preaching tolerance. She mocks health concerns while pushing Big Pharma's agenda. And that's why she lost. So here's the question for you. Should Hillary Clinton face investigation for her Clinton Foundation dealings? You want to see her locked up? Drop a yes or no. Let's have a conversation. Maybe you can list off her crimes, or maybe some of those members on her special list. Drop it all in the comments. If you want to check out our merch shop, it's linked down below.